Hey everyone, welcome to the Checkered Chat. I'm still Justin.
I'm still Blake.
Nothing has changed here on the host side this week. Anyways, I don't know why I just did that. I just thought it was funny. Anyways, coming off I thought it was a pretty good race at New Hampshire. Personal opinion, of course.
Yeah.
Winner may be included in that.
Yeah. But also, I don't remember the last time, other than when it rained last year, that we saw that many lanes being able to be used at New Hampshire.
Yeah. You
could actually somewhat pass.
Yeah. No, it was...
other than Barry.
Yeah. We'll get to that. It seemed like for part of the race, tires kind of mattered, but then part of it didn't, which was interesting.
Because then it just felt like it got to the point that everybody took two, and it was like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because, you had a moment where, Hocevar put on 4 tires, and he was able to move up through the field a good bit.
You could tell by the side of the cars, too, when they got done, how the tire wear had caked down the side.
Mm-hmm. Not enough to, set a car on fire or anything.
It wasn't Bristol.
Yeah.
It was the right amount of tire wear for New Hampshire, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
And Penske's still going to Penske on a flat oval. Or a semi-flat oval.
Penske just knows when to turn it on.
Yeah.
And this is when it is. Because, spoiler alert. Ryan Blaney won the race. Yeah. Let's go. Freaking excited about that one.
RFB,
RYB, if you're...
YRB.
I said RYB.
I thought it was YRB.
Oh, it's YRB. Yeah, you're right. Not Ryan Young Blaney. It's Young Ryan Blaney.
Fake fan.
That's too much Tylenol. I'll edit that out. Anyways, so we're going to dive into our news segment this week. I think this was kind of one of the biggest things. Actually, two things. Two crew chief announcements. We'll hit those first and then go to the other ones. RIP Connor Zilich's chances on an oval next year. Randall Burnett is going to be his crew chief at Trackhouse.
I guess, though, we will actually see what was the issue with Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Is it RCR? Is it crew chief? Because he'll get a new crew chief also.
That's true.
So.
Yeah. So you have that, and then you also have Rodney Childers going to JRM for Carson Quapfel.
I thought it was interesting. I saw something where they were like, yeah, he's in a crew chief to 1 next year. And I was like, yeah, but that's Carson Quapfel's car. Is he not running it next year? And then I saw something that was like, he's going to crew chief for Quapfel, and I was very confused.
2 separate news headlines that just said the one and then one that said...
Yeah, and they were from different people.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, because the first one I saw, it said he was going to crew chief to 1. I was like...
Does that mean...
Am I missing something?
Yeah.
And then I saw another one, and it said for Quapfel, and I was like...
No,
okay.
I think that's going to probably be a good fit.
Yeah.
If we're going to be honest.
One of the better crew chiefs of our time going to the best Xfinity program at the moment.
100%.
And you don't have Zilich next year.
Yeah.
So that opens the door for, I guess, more spread wealth among JRM.
Yeah. No, I'm curious at who they're going to get to put in that car. We've had this conversation on the pod before.
I feel like the longer it goes on, the more I'm leaning towards Suarez.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, honestly.
Because he'll bring sponsorship dollars.
Yeah.
And he ran this year.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
He won with them.
Also, I think that I saw something that when Zilich, apparently next year, I guess Zilich is doing some Xfinity rides with JRM. Whenever he does that, Rodney's going to be his crew chief. Because I saw it said something, I think it was Motor Stardom that put it up.
What? Interesting. What?
Hold on. Let me fact check, because I may have just read something wrong. Here, Blake, talk about the next one while I look that up.
Okay, so this one isn't on the list, but I remember seeing it. Apparently, it's rumored that Chevy's going to unveil their new body for
I did
2020
see,
at the Roval. I have no clue what it's going to be.
Yeah, no, I'm curious.
Because this year it was a Camaro still, even though the Camaro no longer exists.
Okay, here it is. Rodney Childers named crew chief for JRM number 1. Carson Kwapfel and Hunter Zillich will share the 2026 ride.
So Quaffle's going part-time?
I guess so.
So what's the announcement for him going to be then? Is he, like, just going to part-time, or is he getting a ride, like
part-time in Cup?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, that was from,
Yeah.
let me cite my sources. Everybody loves racing, so.
Okay. Which, I mean, unless he's just like, hey, I did a full season this year, and I'd like to only do a part. I don't know.
It's interesting.
I mean, he ran better than Sammy Smith.
True. Very true.
Trevor Bayne is set to come back to the Xfinity Series and make a start at Vegas for Sam Hunt Racing. I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
He did pretty good when he came back with Joe Gibbs. He was like the Almirola before Almirola.
Yeah.
And then this is my favorite one.
Yeah, this one's funny.
Corey LaJoie says he will not entertain any truck rides for next year.
In case anyone was wondering, he's not going to entertain any truck rides.
But he's going to run the second half-ish, a little less than the second half of the truck season for Spire.
Yeah, make it make sense.
But he's going to listen to Daytona. Who wants to put him in a Daytona 500 car?
Rick Ware Racing.
I mean, yeah, but like...
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I guess he enjoys just talking now, which, I mean, it's fine. You do you.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a podcast. I feel like everybody who has a podcast low-key kind of enjoys talking.
And he wasn't insufferable on Prime.
True. Yeah, no, I mean, I enjoyed him on Prime. Like, I thought he was good.
I did see people, though, where they were like, he's more talented than some of the Cup drivers in the field. He just doesn't have the funding. I was like, I can name you one that he's more talented than.
Yeah. And it's his part-time teammate.
Yeah. But I was like, other than that, please, somebody, like, you're arguing with a wall at this point. Who's he better than?
Yeah. No, I mean.
Ty Dillon? No.
No.
Allmendinger? No. Maybe? No.
No. No.
Justin Haley?
Arguably, but, I mean.
I feel like they've been very similar in that car.
That's true. I mean, Justin Haley hasn't flipped just driving on his own. I'll say that. But, you know. Speaking of weird numbers and stuff, I thought it was interesting, the post that RFK put out today, talking about how they've incorporated the numbers into the sponsors. Like for this week, Priest's, his sponsor is Minute Rice. And they put the colon before the 60 because that's how long it takes to cook it. And I was like, that's pretty funny. And then there was like a few others that they said.
Yeah, there was
Castrol had
Castrol
one.
is 6+1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what that one was about. And
some new claims on the oil they're using.
And then there was one for Busher, I think. I don't remember.
I can't remember. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, we'll get to that later in the paint scheme.
I can't remember if any of us picked we didn't pick an RFK car. Oh, you picked, yeah, you did. My bad. Anyways, not to spoil anything. Anyways,
please stick around to the end.
Please stick around to the end. We know you guys are here just for paint schemes. We know. We're aware. It's on TikTok. So odds are no. But anyways, on to the truck race. Blake, what we got?
So to start off with, I don't appreciate 12 o'clock on a Saturday. I also work on Saturdays, but so yeah, I watched this at work.
I completely forgot it was on.
It's just a weird, like, I mean, I know they don't have lights there, so you can't do Friday night, and then the Xfinity isn't going, but like, you could have made it a little later in the afternoon.
Like 2.
I was gonna say they were trying to avoid college football, but some of the big games, like that, college football spreads it where like some of the big games are noon, some are 3:30, and some are 7:30. So no matter when you run a race on Saturday, you're competing.
Yeah.
Anyway. We're going to start it off on lap 1. Corey Heim and Chandler Smith lead the field to green. Ty Majeski gives Chandler Smith a big push, entering 1, which caused Chandler Smith to slide high, and then he got into Corey Heim. Behind them, Tanner Gray gets sideways from 6th, and then gets collected by Connor Mozak, Brent Cruz, and Ben Rhodes is also involved. Corey Heim is declared the leader ahead of Ty Majeski.
Lap 1.
Yeah.
Starting off strong.
Lap 1 turns 1 and 2.
Yeah. Lap 0 caution, basically.
Welcome to the Truck Series.
Yep.
Lap 12, Dawson Sutton and Jack Wood make contact at the end of the backstretch, battling for 17th, which causes Dawson Sutton to get sideways, and both are able to continue with no issues. Lap 17, at this point, Christian Eckes is the biggest mover since the restart, up 9 spots to 19th. He started at the rear originally for unapproved adjustments.
I was about to say, I feel like that's what it was.
And then he obviously didn't really make it very far when there's a lap 0 crash and you're in last. So lap 33, there's a caution for Jason Alexander and Caleb Costner. They make contact in turn 1 and spin, with Jason Alexander making heavy outside wall contact. Daniel Hemrick running 8th and battling with Rajah Caruth went high, tried to avoid the wreck, and got into the wall, damaging his truck. That was also the wreck where the funny radio came from.
I didn't see this.
Oh, dude, he lost it. It was...
wait a second. Yes,
it was Jason.
Yes.
Because he was like, what the F? What, like, and just screaming.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I do remember this now. They brought it up on Door Bumper.
They played it on the broadcast, and I guess they were really quick with censoring it.
Yeah, they gotta be. I mean.
And then we have lap 42 on the restart. Heim leads from the outside with Majeski on the inside. Majeski spins his tires, causing Corey Heim and Chandler Smith to clear on the... I got lost between them.
You're good.
Going to the next line. So Heim and Chandler Smith are both able to clear because of that. Majeski falls to 3rd. And then Corey LaJoie and Lane Riggs are battling for 4th right behind. And then coming off turn 4, Connor Jones and Christian Eckes spin, battling for 22nd. And Connor Jones makes heavy rear end contact with the outside wall, bringing out the caution. Also, Michael Christopher Jr. was penalized for a restart violation. He was running the second truck for Homar Friesen.
Okay.
And it was, I want to say it was his debut, if not one of his very early ones.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, I do not recognize that name.
But, like, he was fast.
Yeah.
He was back in the pack because of different things, but, like, he was fast and moving up pretty good. Let's see. Lap 50, Derek White crashes in turn 3 from 29th. And finally, lap 55, Corey Heim wins stage 1, followed by Chandler Smith, Ty Majeski, Rajah Caruth, and Jake Garcia. The top 6 drivers and 8 of the top 11 were all playoff drivers. Grant Enfinger, Daniel Hemrick, and Lane Riggs were the only ones to not score stage points that were in the playoffs.
Interesting.
Yeah, which, I mean, Lane was locked in already.
Yeah.
Not saying he didn't go there and not try, but, like...
I get what you're saying.
Lap 61 on the restart, Andres Perez starts in the lead and is able to maintain it, which the time that he led was his first laps ever led in the Truck Series.
Congrats to him.
Which he was with Spire, and then they downsized the truck program and sent him to Nice.
Okay.
Lap 82, Corey Heim makes his way back into the top 5 after restarting 14th. He pitted under the stage and got new tires, and I believe he was the first one off of pit road with 4 tires. Corey Heim doing Corey Heim things.
Heim time.
Also, he led laps, so now his streak is whatever race of the truck season we're on. Lap 101.
Get this man in cup.
Yeah, please. Lap 101, Patrick Emmerling spins into the turn 1 wall from 11th. Then lap 103, all lead lap trucks except Rajah Caruth pit, and Caruth was running 10th. So then they restart on lap 108. Caruth's in the lead, and by the end of the lap, Corey Heim moved up. I believe it was from like 4th to 1st.
Yeah.
That stage ends on lap 110 with Corey Heim winning it.
Again.
Followed by Andres Perez, Chandler Smith, Lane Riggs, Giovanni Ruggiero, and then Rajah, who he was 10th when he stayed out, finished 7th in the stage. So ultimately the gamble worked.
Yeah.
And he was fighting to make sure he got locked into the playoffs by the time the race was over. So, I mean, at that point, every point matters. And then with that, Daniel Hemrick and Ty Majeski both clinch a spot in the next round on points. Lap 127, Tyler Tomater.
Tyler Tomater.
He crashes from 26th from contact with Spencer Boyd between turns 1 and 2.
That's what I'm going to start calling Tyler. next time I see him. Tyler Tomater. Doesn't he listen to this?
Yeah, I think so.
Tyler, your new nickname is Tyler Tomater. Just letting you know.
Lap 132 on the restart. Corey Heim leads from the outside with Giovanni Ruggiero on the inside. Chandler Smith chooses to start behind Corey Heim because he was in second, but he just went ahead and picked the outside. I mean, which the way the restarts were going, it made sense. Heim clears for the lead in 1. Giovanni Ruggiero remains second. Chandler Smith in third. And then in the back, very weird crash. Did you see this when you watched the highlights or?
No.
So
look, I've had a very interesting week. Anybody who wants to know, my wife's in Paris randomly. Long story. And our dog had to go to the vet and lots of stuff. So it's been a busy week for old Justin here.
Holding the fort down by yourself.
Yes, literally. Barely holding it down by straps, and it's going like that. Anyways, continue. In
the back of the pack, Matt Crafted, Ben Rhodes, and Tony Breidinger all crash, entering turn 3, running around 22nd. It was weird because Tony she shot it 3 wide bottom. I don't know if, I mean, it was kind of a racing deal, but it also was kind of Tony's fault. But really, I don't feel like we ever see her wreck.
That's true.
So it was interesting. Her truck got destroyed. She ended up coming from the bottom across both of their noses, headfirst into the wall.
Oh, dang.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then by lap 165, Corey Heim stretches his lead over Chandler Smith to 1.5 seconds. Fast forward 3 laps. Chandler Smith has closed it down to 0.9 seconds, so right under a second. By lap 173, Heim is able to maintain that right under a second lead. He then goes on to win the race. So then with that, he ties Greg Biffle's single season win record, or as it was typed so nicely by Justin, Heim ties Boggle's record.
Just Peggy Hill over here playing Boggle. If you get the reference, you get it. Anyways.
So the 2 drivers eliminated from the playoffs were Chandler Smith and Jake Garcia, which Chandler Smith ended up finishing second, but he was at the point where he had to win.
Yeah.
Or Rajah finished a lot worse than he did.
Yeah.
So then we'll get into your top 10. So like I mentioned, Chandler Smith in second.
Why is Corey LaJoy on there twice?
Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering why the top 10 didn't fit very well.
That's weird. Interesting.
It was so important that he's not taking a truck ride next year.
He took 2. He took 2 for this week.
So Chandler Smith in second, Lane Riggs in third, Giovanni Ruggiero in fourth, Ty Majeski fifth, Grant Enfinger sixth, Caden Honeycutt seventh, Corey LaJoy in eighth, and then and then Christian Eckes in ninth, and Rajah with the top 10.
Let's go. Yeah, I think it's shaping up for. I mean, of course, Heim is going to win the championship. More than likely, we are in a 1 race wins all kind of thing. You know?
Lane Riggs is going to dive bomb him in the wall.
Yeah. But
because Hocevar at Phoenix 1 year was in the championship 4 and wrecked Corey Heim.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why Corey Heim hasn't won a championship so far.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens when he gets to Phoenix, but I mean,
as long as he doesn't get wrecked, he should win.
Yeah. But anyways, on to your Cup Series race. You had Logano winning the pole for this one. Penske front row lockout. Look, in our pool, I think I have Logano. No, I don't. Or do I? You have Denny
I have
and Bubba.
Denny and Bubba.
At least both of yours are still in.
Yeah, one of mine's about to get bounced though this round.
That's true. You have a point. More than likely.
Which I'm fine with personally.
Yeah. But Penske front row lockout, and then you had Josh Berry in third. So, essentially,
where was Cindric? Wasn't he?
I think he started. He started 12th to 15th, give or take, something like that.
I don't know why I thought he continue. I don't know why I thought he started higher than that.
Yeah, no. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, no, I don't think he started super duper high, but I think it was
22nd.
Oh, never mind. I was way off.
He getting bounced this round.
We'll see. That Robol's in there, and we'll see how he does with that.
Logano 1, Blaney 2, Josh Berry 3, Austin Cindric 22nd.
Yeah. Anyways, so for a minute, you kind of thought maybe SVG has figured out ovals.
It was his best qualifying and showing at the beginning.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, because like it's a little bit later.
He was running good until that wreck.
Yeah, no. That wreck really screwed him. But I mean, he was the one who on lap 82 spins out Josh Berry, battling for 5th, and that's SVG battling for 5th on an oval. So, not due to anyone pitting or anything, he just is.
Literally everybody that got eliminated last week decided to show up this week.
Yeah.
And I was like...
No, like seriously. So, early on in the first stage, you have Blaney and Logano battling it out, trying to get the lead. But interesting fact is that Blaney is ranked number 1 in passing, and Logano is ranked number 1 in defense.
Which was that for playoffs or the whole year?
I think it's the whole year.
Okay. I believe it.
Yeah, that checks out to me. But eventually, Blaney takes the lead. Lap 63, you have Cody Ware, who spins from 36 right in front of Blaney, which he narrowly misses, brings out a caution. And then lap 70, Ryan Blaney wins stage 1.
That Cody Ware incident, is that the one where he pulled the Danica, or is that later?
I think that was later.
Okay.
That's I put down there when he wrecks himself.
Oh,
again.
yeah. Okay.
I think that's when it was.
Yeah. You're right. I was curious.
I meant to ask you beforehand if you would fact check it, but I'm pretty sure it was. Either way, you can fact check it, and I can't talk. Wow, what's new? Welcome back, everybody. So I already said lap 82, Barry gets spun with SVG. Up 110. This is the only time you will ever hear us praise the driver, Denny Hamlin, not the podcaster. After Ty Gibbs racing Christopher Bell and Denny, as hard as his little legs would let him, Denny has enough. He says, I'm going to spin you out. And he does. And he comes over the radio, is like, are people scared to talk to him? He's acting like we're not running for a championship. This was really interesting. It was just typical like Ty Gibbs fashion for him to just be like, they're like, what do you think about that? And he's like, I'm excited to run next week. That was like the only thing he said.
He thought he was Kyle Busch.
Yeah, literally. That was kind of what I thought. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry you would not still have a ride if your grandpa was not.
I've battled back and forth this week on which side I felt like I wanted to be on. But ultimately, it's Denny. Now, did Denny need to wreck him? No.
No.
Was it hilarious? Yes. Do I not like either of them? No. So that was great.
Yeah, all around.
Also, it couldn't have happened to a better person because in the Xfinity series, Ty Gibbs trashed like his teammate when he was already locked into the Final Four, and if Brandon Jones wouldn't have got just steamrolled, he was probably going to win the Martinsville race, go on. Then you have 2 Joe Gibbs, 2 Junior.
Yeah.
But instead, you total him, and then you have 3 JRM and 1 JGR. It worked out in the end, but like because he had done that to a teammate before,
it was nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I mean, because at that point, Gragson was in the top 10, and him and Gragson do not get along. So he was door slamming Gragson. Well, Gragson got by because he was faster. And then when it came time for Denny to get by, he started door slamming Denny, and then he started door slamming Bell. And I was like, okay, let's calm down here.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to race your teammates, because I do wholeheartedly think that it's lame for like
team order.
Hey, so the 11's coming behind you. I just want you to let off a little early and let him go around you.
Yeah, that's lame. But the thing is, you shouldn't be. Granted, okay, on the hand of Ty Gibbs, you have all of your teammates who are in the playoffs. You shouldn't be racing them that hard.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely door slamming. But then on the other hand, you have Denny Hamlin, who spins Ty Gibbs out, risking, 1, himself also getting spun out, and then 2, collecting Christopher Bell in the process, because Bell was right there.
Yeah. It's also wild that absolutely shoved Ty Gibbs up the hill and caused him to wreck, but at Bristol...
Oh, yeah, Christopher Bell gets slingshotted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It was interesting. It was fun to watch, that's for sure.
And then the funny part, too, was So they were asking Denny about it, and he said, well, we'll have a conversation. We'll see how management wants to go about it. And then they talked to Joe Gibbs. He said, well, we don't drive the cars. We're going to leave that up to our drivers to figure out.
Nobody wants to be the one to put
Ty in his place.
Yeah, literally.
I swear to you, if Ty goes out next week and wrecks Denny, A, I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
But B, that's the final straw. That's when you sit him down and say the Xfinity Series is calling your name if you don't grow up.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I mean, it's like, bottom line, your name's on the building. So if we don't win a championship, that's your team.
Yeah.
So,
and the other thing too is like if he ever has aspirations one day to take over, he's gonna have to learn things like this.
Yeah. No, 100%. And he's going to have to learn how to deal with stuff like this, too.
Because I like there not being team orders in NASCAR.
Yeah. This is an F1.
Yeah. But, like, this is my thing. If you could almost race him that hard if it's for the lead or, like, a top 5 or something crazy.
Yeah.
Almost. Not door slam him and everything, but, like, back there, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
The other thing, too, though, to play the other side, if Denny was fast enough, why didn't he just go around him?
True. That is another, yeah.
I mean, I get Ty wouldn't commit to one line and was chopping his nose and everything, but still, I mean, if you're faster, go around him.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
It couldn't have happened to two better people, though, at the end of the day.
So, anyways, lap 118 on the restart, you have Briscoe leading from the outside, Logano on the inside. Hosvar shoots on the outside of Briscoe and Logano to make it 3 wide for the lead in turn 2. Off turn 2, SVG and Brad Keselowski make contact, battling near 15th after Brad Keselowski apparently tries to merge over the wall.
He hit the wall.
Yeah, no,
he
I
drove
don't.
straight into the wall. No.
No? You gonna be good?
Hold on. Keep talking.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it collects Justin Haley, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, and Daniel Suarez. And Briscoe is declared the leader.
If there's a wreck, it is going to find Kyle Busch.
Yes, I say it every single week because every single week that happens.
But, like, rewatching that, what in the world was Brad thinking?
Yeah.
I mean, because he's, like, he's in the pit road, like, blend line in the turn. Knowing that there's at least 3, maybe 4 cars on the outside of you, how do you plan on getting back in line?
Yeah, no, seriously.
Good luck, everybody. I turn now.
Yeah, that's basically what it seemed like. So lap 148, you have John Hunter Nemechek, who spins in turn 3 from 22nd and makes contact with the wall, bringing out another caution. Lap 185, Joey Logano wins stage 2. Penske dominated race.
Joey had the short run speed all day.
Yeah.
And Blaney was, if it was like, which it ended that way, when there was a long run, Blaney was going to come hawking back down and take the lead.
No, I mean, I feel like that's just kind of...
That's been Blaney all year.
Yeah. He's got the long run speed for stuff.
And Logano just very fluky shows up every 6 races, and you're like, you're here? You exist?
Yeah.
Because mind you, I think he finished the regular season with an average finish of around 17th.
Same pretty much as last year.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest drivers of our generation, my ass.
So lap 254, we go a good chunk of time without anything. Cody Ware wrecks himself trying to wreck Austin Dillon in 1 and 2.
Battle of the Nepo babies.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, so that happens. And then towards the end, you have Barry and Blaney. It kind of seems like that's who it's going to come down to. Barry not being a playoff driver, also being a Penske affiliate with Blaney, who's a Penske driver, obviously. This like shapes up for a really interesting ending. And it looked like for a second that Barry was closing in on him.
Yeah.
And then he gets loose on lap 290.
Cooks the tire.
And he loses all his hope to win.
I do think that if this was a regular season race, that Josh Berry would have won.
Yeah.
Because I think he would have just put the bumper to him in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. So your winner is Ryan Blaney. For some reason, our top 10 does not have number 10. But
I have it.
Perfect. Do you want to read it off?
Sure. So Blaney wins, and then Josh Berry finishes second, William Byron third, Logano fourth, Chase Elliott fifth, Christopher Bell sixth, Larson seventh, McDowell eighth, Chastain ninth, and Briscoe 10th.
Majority being playoff drivers.
Yeah.
Finishing
Your
top
only
10.
non-playoff drivers were McDowell and Berry. Hendrick showed up.
Yeah. No.
Also, Chase started 27th and finished 5th, so that's a good sign. Chastain's heating up now, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that should be interesting. So, that wraps up Cup for this week. Anything else to talk about on that race? Anything you wanted to bring up?
I think that should be it.
Cool. Well, I've got the playoff standings here. So, we are in the round of 12. We're heading into next week at... where are we at?
Kansas.
Kansas, yeah. Why can I not remember that? Sorry, y'all.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
We are in Kansas this week. And then next week we have the Roval, which is the cutoff race for the round of 8. So right now, you have Blaney, who's obviously in first because he won, and he's locked in for the next round. Then you have Byron, who's plus 47, Larson, who's plus 41, Bell, who's plus 29, Hamlin, who's plus 27, Logano, who is plus 24, Chase Elliott, who's plus 14, Briscoe, who's plus 12. And then you get into below the cut line with Ross Chastain at minus 12, Cindric at minus 19, Reddick at minus 23, and Bubba Wallace at minus 27.
So entering the day, Joey was 2 points below the cut line, and with his good run, exited 24 points above. I was trying to find...
I feel like there was a post with a lot of them on there.
There was that, and then there was each driver's... Oh, here it is, the odds to make the round of 8. I wanted to talk about this.
Okay.
So this NASCAR posted this on Instagram, and the odds are provided by Racing Insights. So they give Bubba Wallace a 6.4% chance to make the round of 8, Cindric a 9.4% chance, Chastain has a 31.9% chance, and Reddick has a 42.1% chance. So those are your 4 out.
Yeah, right now.
Briscoe has a 66.3% chance to advance. Hamlin has a 77.9% chance to advance. Logano is at 82.1%, and Chase Elliott's at 89%. Bell's at 97.1%. Larson's at 98.2%, and Byron's at 99.6%.
And Blaney's at 100%.
Yeah, because he's already locked himself in.
I know. I'm just being funny. Anyways.
I'm just being funny.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Blaney's my second favorite driver. I just want to throw shade at you when I can.
I'm aware. I mean, we'll see what happens to Chase.
Look, if we're going to be 100% honest, I'm cool with just a championship 4 appearance. That's fine with me. Because, I mean, let's be 110% honest with ourselves. If you make it to Phoenix and there's a Penske driver there, you're not beating them. Yeah. Unless they have an issue.
Yeah. But yeah, so that wraps up playoff standings. Anything else you want to mention in playoffs?
No, I think we're good on that.
Cool. So we are headed to Kansas next week. You guys know every week we talk about paint schemes, and I give the same little spill every single time. Whether you're here on the podcast or you're on TikTok watching this.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate it. We do. We really do.
From the bottom of our hearts.
Bottom of our hearts. Anyways, so for Kansas, Blake, what you got on your favorite for this week?
Daniel Suarez's freeway car that is very inspired by his Mexican heritage and all. It's great. Top 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's very because I don't hate the just base freeway scheme, but then they add all of the different designs and the vibrant colors, and it looks really good.
No, that one was probably my second place one. But my favorite this week is Josh Berry's Menards gradient rainbow car. This thing looks sick.
It looks dope.
Yeah,
as Justin normally says.
I really do like this car. Every once in a while, Wood Brothers comes out with a freaking heater, and this is one of those weeks. But yeah, so least favorite.
Ryan Preece's Minute Rice car.
Even with the Colwyn?
I don't like the Colwyn.
It does feel a little on the nose,
because like we talked about earlier with the RFK thing, I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick as I talk, where they did the extra designs with numbers. The 6+1 Castrol I didn't really like because I felt like it stood out, but also I just don't like that car. This one I didn't even realize they put.
I didn't either. Until
like
they
that
pointed
one
it
was
out.
subtle and that was nice.
The
This minute one,
consumer cellular one is what we're talking about.
This minute rice one, it
kind of just looks like shoved in there.
Yeah, that, and then I don't like the car.
Fair.
Because I mean it's red with like a maroon-ish on the bottom, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
it's.
I get it. My least favorite this week was Ty Gibbs, Saya Transportation. Yeah, I just don't like this car, and I needed one to pick that I didn't like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's as simple as it gets. Plus, Ty Gibbs is a little turd.
That's probably my favorite Ty Gibbs car because he. Think about how bad the other schemes he runs are.
You're going to say that when that Sonic and Grillo's car exists?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, that was a one-off, but, you know. Anyways, that's all we got on paint schemes this week.
Yes.
Cool. All right, on to the past next-gen winners at Kansas. Blake, what we got on there?
So, in 2022, your spring winner was Kurt Busch. The fall was Bubba Wallace. Both of those were in the 45 car.
I was almost 100% sure that was the case because I remember that from Kansas earlier this year.
Yeah. 2023, spring was Denny Hamlin. Fall was Tyler Reddick. 2024, spring was Larson. Fall was Chastain. And 2025, the spring was Larson again. So you really have 22 and 23 were all Toyota. 3 of the 4 were from the 45 team.
Yeah.
And then 24 and 25 so far were all Chevy. So, you know, you look at history, Larson won both springs. Fall, does Chastain win again? You know? But I found a graph, well, a spreadsheet, a spreadsheet of everyone's like ranking average finishes in the next gen at Kansas. Let's see. Who do you think has the best?
I'm going to say Denny.
Larson.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's Larson, Bowman, Denny. That's your top 3.
Okay.
And then Bell, Blaney, and Chastain are 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And then 7 through 10 is Chase Elliott, William Byron, Joey Logano, and Chris Buescher.
Okay.
So Larson and Bowman are both under 7. Hamlin's at 8.3. Bell's 9.6. Blaney's 9.7. Chastain's 10th. So all of those are average top 10. So those I felt like were probably the solid picks. It also kind of surprised me that Chase, which I mean it shouldn't because Chase usually has a very good average finish across the year.
Yeah.
But like I didn't think Kansas was that great for him.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, that was interesting that you found that.
And they did 1 through 37.
Okay. Who's last?
Riley Herbst. I mean, he has 2 starts.
That's true. Good point.
And he finished 35th and 27th.
Yeah.
Cody Ware's next.
Of course.
And then Allmendinger. And then Hocevar. You know what? We'll go to 30 and then we'll cut this. So it's Herbst in 37th, Ware in 36th, Allmendinger in 35th, Hocevar 34th, Eric Jones 33rd, Justin Haley 32nd, Ty Gibbs 31st, and Ty Dillon 30th.
Okay. That checks out.
Yeah.
I think. Anyways, on to our picks. We got Xfinity racing on Saturday. Yeah, yes. Saturday. And Cup racing on Sunday. Blake, who you got on Xfinity?
Okay. So, as usual, I had 2 that I was stuck between. I'm just going to make the game time. I'm going to say Williams Swalich. Toyota and JGR as a whole has won 3 of the last 4, if I remember right, when I looked earlier of the Kansas races in the Xfinity series. And Swalich has felt like he's ramping up towards getting his first win, and I think not having playoff pressure is probably going to, like, help.
Boost it, yeah.
And with their domination in because it was, if I remember right, Almirola won 1, Ty Gibbs won 1, and I think I don't remember who the other one was. It might have been Riley Herbst, like when he went back down. I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure. But I was between Sawalich and Jones. I don't know. I just feel like there's more raw speed from Sawalich
Yeah, no, I agree.
lately.
I went with none other than the boring pick, Connor Zilic. I think that he's going to bring it in and start, ramping back up and gathering up even more wins. But that's just me, what I think.
I could see it.
Yeah, definitely. But Blake, who you got on Cup?
So, I started out the week with saying, oh, I think Kyle Larson's going to win. And then I talked myself off that ledge. And then I said, yeah, it's going to be Chastain. And then, I don't know, it just felt right. I think Tyler Reddick's going to win it. Because Toyota started with the domination, and all 3 of the wins were in the 45 car.
Yeah.
So they have the setup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Am I going to be wrong? Most likely.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
It feels like a good pick.
Yeah. I mean, not a bad one for sure.
I also have him in my round of 8, so I felt like that also made sense too.
Yeah. At this point, I don't even remember who I have in my round of 8 or anything.
I had Bowman in mine, so.
Weren't we supposed to do an update on our thing, our brackets? We never did that.
Did we not?
I know. I don't think we did. We'll update y'all next week on that one.
So we talked about it when we originally made them.
Yeah.
And then we didn't do it after
the cutoff.
Wait, but this was the first race after Bristol. So technically
we didn't say what we had cut off. We'll talk about it next week. Sorry for the delay on that one.
Oops.
Anyways, I have Chastain winning, really just going off of the previous win last year, and he's starting to get hot, I feel like, after last week. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Any more thoughts on Kansas?
I hope it's good. I mean, overall, I feel like mile and a halfs deliver pretty well with the next gen.
Yeah.
And then I think what'll help too is nobody wants to go into the Roval with uncertainty on their playoffs because it's such a wild card most of the time, that I think you're going to have a lot of the playoff drivers really pushing and giving 110%, trying to go ahead and
lock it in.
Either lock it in or make it to where you have a good stage 1 at the Roval and you're in.
Yeah. No, I agree. Anything else for this week?
I think that is all.
Awesome. Well, this has been the Checkered Chat. I'm still Justin.
I'm still Blake.
It didn't change halfway through. But you guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Check out the podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff on there. Spotify, all the good stuff. Same stuff you can do on YouTube, you can do on there. Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and you can't forget about it.
Nope. Never forget.
Tidal. No, I'm joking. Audible. Anyways, we will see you guys next week. Bye.